Let me in now, and it could be now.
How do I look? Let's go nun some shit up.
Oh, come here, man.
Huh?
You're crooked.
Oh, okay, now we're good?
Yeah, now let's nun some shit up. He's lost the plot.
Put your hat on, hurry. Shit.
It's hot. It's hot. All right. We're good.
Did you say beers?
Oh, thank God you guys are here.
What is going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Good Real Hunting. It's your boy Brad. The Brett Man's right over there. Happy Thursday to everybody who's following along here tonight. We're going to be doing a little tier list here in a few minutes of 2000s horror movies, which we'll be getting into momentarily. Chris is obviously not with us right now. He's on a cruise ship. So wish him much success. And we're going to have a show without him. And it's going to be fun, just like me and Brett always do. And it's going to be good. We're going to have a good time. Birdie Boy
I
and
think he
myself.
just has AIDS.
You're probably right.
I'm going to tell the truth. We tell the truth on this channel. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, everybody? Like Brad said, happy Thursday. This is the very first Tearing It Up, as you could tell from our new logo for Tearing It Up right there. Mr. Skeleton ready to slash through some of these movies, and we will too. So we understand it's a busy YouTube night tonight, so we appreciate you all checking us out, taking time to show us some support. So we won't waste a lot of time, and we're going to go ahead and say hello to everybody. So let's see here. We got Chester. What's going on there, Chester? How are you doing? We got La Mantra showing some love earlier. And yes, I have a poll in the chat right now because I had a thought of an idea of like a brother channel to Good Real Hunting, just to do watch parties for that one and then just, having a good time. And so I'm thinking about it, but I just want to see if you all want it. So let me know if that's something you are very interested in, and I could provide that to you all. So let me know.
Central. Hey, let me get this real quick.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
The idea spawned on me, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity. If you want to get your roses out, get them out, because Rosie's here, and she's talking about the Tom Cruise ship. That's what she's doing. I think the idea is great for marketing. You get a cruise. Tom Cruise is on the cruise, and you like all of his fans are there to celebrate Tom Cruise, and the whole time he's like skiing behind the cruise ship.
Oh,
No skis, barefoot. He's just back there the whole week, just slaying it.
I'm going to upgrade that. You know the scene of Titanic where Rose is doing this?
Yeah.
Make that Tom Cruise's face instead.
So or it's him actually hanging on the front.
Or
of the ship,
actually
like
Leo.
Jason.
Oh.
He's hanging on the side like Jason in Part 8. The whole cruise just and people can come over and pour him some beer or whatever. Maybe throw some popcorn down there because he likes that so much.
I'm gonna have to save that audio. That's exactly what an Uzi 9mm sounds like. But man, Rosie, Brad got you right there. So let me go ahead and give you your roses. They belong to each and every single one. Belong to you. I was going to say they belong to everybody, but they really pertain to you. But if you want to give everybody else, that's your priority. We're just happy to have you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we got Zodiac Z. What's going on there, Zodiac? How are you doing? We got Ashton's in the house. What's going on there, Ashton? Let's see here. We got Vanderhoff. What's going on there, Vanderhoff? How are you doing, buddy? Let's see here. Anybody else? Man, y'all are talking away. Gory Tiger. What's going on there, Gory? How are you doing? Brooke, welcome back. We missed you last week, but we understand you were attending to a wedding within your family. So congratulations to the lovely bride and groom. I know you must have been very, very proud of it. I knew you took some good pictures. So hopefully you had a good time, Brooke. We missed you. We're glad to have you back.
Yeah, absolutely.
here.
Congrats to the fam or whoever it was that got
To the fam. That should be a t-shirt. Gene Whitcomb, what's going on there? Gene, how are you doing? Hopefully all's going well. We got Horrorhead Heather saying happy Thursday to you. And we got Destiny's here. Destiny, where have you been? No, I'm just kidding. I know where if you've been for the past couple of weeks, but we're glad to have you back here in the Good Real Hunting chat. I will do my best to have Brad talk nice about Jennifer's body. I will try to defend it the best I can. So, but Desi, we're glad to have you here. We're glad that you had a great time during your couple of weeks off. And I'm glad you got back in one piece because I heard yesterday was a blast for you trying to get back home.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it was.
So, let's see here. Who else we got here? We got Sergeant Shitty Pickle. Sergeant, how are you doing? Hopefully all is going well. We got Atonis. What's going on there, Atonis? How are you doing? Let's see here. That is it for the moment. If I see anybody else that joins us, I will be sure to say hello to you. Or if for some reason I miss you, please leave me another comment so I can address that. So with that in mind, Brad, are you just ready to get started? Busy YouTube night. Let's just get ahead of the game here.
I think so.
All right. So you all know me. I'm going to go bye-bye, but I will try and find the chat somewhere. And then, yeah, bye-bye. Oh, that's too small.
Goodbye, Georgie.
All right, Brad, let me know if that's too big. I need to reduce it in size. I'm not going to be like Davey and hit the pre-send button, even though that was my fault to suggest that. How are we looking here?
I think we look pretty good, man.
All right. If you want to go over these tiers real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. At the bottom, as always, we got dog shit from a horse's ass. Then we got a turn for the worse. We got watchable, worthy, and kicks all the ass. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, all right. And now, what movie? We got 31 movies tonight, Brad. So that is a good Real Hunting record right there. But I figure it's us too. We can get through these pretty quickly. If we had Chris, we'd be here for 3 hours just because we'll have so much to talk about. So, Brad, where do you want to start first?
Let's start with oh, there's so many good choices, Brett, man. This is a good list. Let's start with Paranormal Activity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, this thing was pinnacle for its time. Scroll up for me so I can see the tiers if you don't care.
No, I'll go right back here real quick.
Obviously, kind of reinvented the found footage genre a little bit, you know. And I remember at the time, I really liked it. We watched it a lot, Brady. We watched it actually in college. Had a good time with it. Scary at the time, but now when I watch it, I don't really care much for it. It's kind of boring now that it's kind of lost its edge. So I'd put it. I mean, I'd say watchable.
Okay, watchable, and I'll go ahead and join you that as well for watchable, just for the fact that I know the importance of this movie of being, you know, the found footage movie to kind of like spark a whole bunch of found footage flicks in the horror genre, and. Yeah, at the beginning, like you, again, a funny story is Brad actually tried to get me to watch these in order for Paranormal Activity 4 in the theater. So technically, Paranormal Activity 4 is my first horror movie in the theater. Actually, no, false. Scream 4 was the first horror movie in the theater. If then Paranormal Activity shortly followed that. Yeah, Paranormal Activity 4. So I've had like a good memories with this franchise, but over the last couple of watches, it's just been okay to me, but I still absolutely consider it watchable. So Brad, I agree with you.
Awesome, man. I think that's a good spot for it right there. It's got its moments, man. It still does.
Oh yeah, especially at the end. Mika!
That ending scared the hell out of me back. I used to dread that ending, man.
Oh, dude, it's just because you didn't know what you were going to get.
The loud noises and stuff, you know, with the lights off. But yeah, anyway, watchable's good.
All righty. So let's go. In my turn?
Yeah, go ahead, pal.
You know what? I'll go ahead. Let's do some Jennifer's body talk right here. So for me, we're doing Jennifer's body, so I gotta scroll back up here to let y'all take a gander at these tiers. It's not dog shit from a horse's ass, so I'll just block that out. But I'm gonna say just to me that this movie is totally worthy of that. If you asked me a while back ago, I probably would say just watchable to me. But due to mismarketing and everything, and just truly understanding the full like concept and ideas that this movie was really trying to do with the right marketing, I included as absolutely worthy. We got some we got great cast in this movie. We got good funny moments in this movie, and some badass moments as well, especially with the fight between Needy and Jennifer at the third act. So definitely this is a worthy time for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess personally, I'd probably put it like watchable or something, but I do think that the people are going to put it there. They're going to go worthy. So I'll just go ahead and go worthy. I think because I think it's popular like that. So I think it's just the place for it to be. It's going to ultimately win the vote. So let's just slap it up there.
Like if this was a shorter list too, I probably would have been ballsy and put it at kicks all the ass. But with 31 movies and with the movies that we have on this list, there's going to be a lot of them at the kick ass. So I want to be sure I had some plenty of worthy ones in the
Yeah. I think it's good, and I think it's a good thing too. I mean, I feel like I think I just don't remember it, so I'm kind of deferring basically to your opinion, and
Hey,
I'm good with
and
it.
maybe you need to be a special guest on that potential sub channel that we got possibly brewing in, like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do, and you could be a special guest for that, and we'll try to convince you.
Well, last time I was a special guest referee, you left the apartment and didn't talk to me for a week.
Well, there's a damn good reason for that, okay? Like, but we're not gonna get into it, like, because like I just don't want to torture you, or I don't want you to screw me. It's like, damn it, ref. I see Melissa's in the chat real quick. What's going on there, Melissa? How are you doing? And we also got Miss Erica Lauren in the chat as well. How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well. I'm actually Brad, what are you drinking real quick? Because I got this Dr. Pepper Blackberry, and it's actually so damn delicious.
That's a interesting flavor profile.
And it was delicious.
I got Sprite amongst a few other things going on within it.
Ooh, dude, trust me, you're gonna need some of the harsh stuff after the week you've had this week.
Oh,
Which is a good thing, not a bad thing.
I got the harder stuff in there with it, my friend.
Oh, hell yeah. So let's go ahead and move on. So far, so good. Brad, go ahead and pick again. Or do you want to do a snake draft?
Oh yeah, snake it up.
I'm a snake. All right, so let's see here. You know what? Let's go with The Exorcism of Emily Rose, because I've been meaning to give this a rewatch. On last rewatch, I gave this a perfect golden reel, a 5 out of 5. But sadly, the only real parts I remember about the movie now are everything with Jennifer Carpenter, because I thought that's absolutely one of the great horror movie performances I've ever seen. If we ever do the Real Horror Awards Best of All Time, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, that is, I am definitely making a live mission to try to make Jennifer Carpenter's performance as Emily Rose as the official nominee for greatest actress, or probably in technicality, best supporting actress. It all just depends on what kind of like we talk about when we actually meet on the 91 plus categories. So I would say for this time, just because I don't want to give it kicks all the ass if I can't remember fully the movie, but I definitely will remember just for Jennifer Carpenter's performance alone to make this movie worthy.
Yeah, Brady, I concur with that statement. It's actually you make a good point about the movie. It's one of those movies that you enjoy a lot when you're watching it, but you don't really remember that much when you're done with it, and some time has passed. Because I have the same experience, but it's one that I don't rewatch all that often. But every time I do, I'm like, man, this movie's really great. So I love it. I love the courtroom drama to it and all that stuff. I think it's really well done. This is kind of like the best courtroom horror movie kind of deal that we've had, and it really just kind of, I don't know, it makes the whole exorcism part of it pretty intriguing, because you're sitting there, it's like, oh, is this thing real? Is it just not real? How's it going to go?
And you're knowing what the courtroom does not know too. Like us as an audience know, and they don't know. And I'm always a fan when we know something that they don't.
And then it's like, oh, then you're convinced. You're convinced, dude. You're like, oh yeah, this shit is real. She's possessed, getting exorcisms over here, well deserved. exorcism for this lady, and then they drop some knowledge on us, like we're the jury. It's like, oh, is it though? Is it? So I love it for that. It's very intriguing, and it makes you wonder, the whole movie basically, if she's possessed or if this is just a crazy concoction of illnesses that's causing this. It's very intriguing.
No, absolutely it is. And sorry, I did want to forget you, Blu-ray Addict. Got you real quick. Blu-ray Addict, what's going on? How are you doing? Hopefully you're winning that battle with your addiction to Blu-rays, because I heard it's a deadly fight. So hopefully you're winning that good battle, good man.
I hope so, man.
And let's see here. And Asher says, I never tried it. Not really a Dr. Pepper guy. I do not tolerate Dr. Pepper slander in this chat. So, Ashton, you better get right, because I am all gas and no break. Yeah, I mean, God, that's a horrible Jacob Fatu impression. So, I'm going to go ahead and move on and let you pick the next movie.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see the list here. Okay. I'm going to do one that I like a lot. That's House of a Thousand Corpses.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my introduction to, like a lot of people, to Rob Zombie, and I really dug what they were going for. He kind of has a Texas Chainsaw feel to it with this messed up family here. And it's also in Texas too. It adds, another little parallel thing with Texas Chainsaw. So I dig that a lot too. But it's got that Rob Zombie flair to it. And this movie, I think he created that whole Firefly family in this movie. And I think they're even better done in Devil's Rejects, which we'll get to later. But yeah, this movie is gross. It's tense. It's got Dwight Schrute in there as a fish.
Fish
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things about it that I really love. I just love the characters here, man. I love what he created with this Firefly family and how it all started. His imagination and his ability just to create like peak horror characters and whatnot, really it's on display here. There's some things I don't like about it. It's a little wonky. It gets a little over the top at times. I prefer the sequel, which again we'll talk about later, but I still love the movie, so I want to go worthy for it. Good soundtrack too.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! And plus, who's going to remember the ride? Freaking
Murder Ride.
Right. Yeah, the Murder Ride. So I will go ahead and join you, and most of the chat has been screaming it already. So we're going to give this movie an absolutely worthy. And another comparison I kind of compare it to a little bit is this is like Rob Zombie and Texas Chainsaw Massacre combined into one movie. Like, if there's a way, it's like, hey, Rob Zombie is the guy to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. House of a Thousand Corpses is that resume that you hand in saying, you know what, I can freaking do it. And I believe he absolutely can too. So.
Yeah, he's basically already done it with this movie, just minus the chainsaw. But the opening with Spalding and everything, dude, the opening is top notch. It hooks you in from the beginning. And you're like, dude, this is a rich world we're about to live in for a couple of hours. I love it, man.
I'm trying to remember the big quote at the beginning of it. It goes like, "Fuck your mama." Like, I was like, "Who said?"
And most of all, fuck you.
Oh man, I just all right. Yeah, man.
How long is a
Captain's
piece of string?
That was a piece of string. And of course, freaking Baby too. Just like, yeah, that's the other thing too. Baby, I feel like was way over the top in this one. And then, like you alluded to, Devil's Rejects got her to a perfect tone. So yeah, definitely worthy to me. So I agree.
Yeah, man, I think it's right there. I love the movie, man. It's a good 1-2
man.
punch when you watch the two movies.
Hey,
together.
man.
Hey, man. Came to explain. I saw it from Leonardo. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Let's do the miss next.
You. Oh, man. You're going to pick the emotional gut wrench one right there.
I'm actually in the midst of this short story, which, by the way, is not very short. It's like 6.5 hours, I believe, on audiobook, which is there's many books less than that. But the story, honestly, up to this point, halfway through, is exactly what you see in the movie. I mean, exactly. Not a lot changes. I know the ending's different, so I'll see how the ending goes when I get to that point. But I like it. Okay, I think it's fine. I like the idea of it and stuff. it's just not one I really go to all that often. I think I'd probably go, you know, I think I'd probably go in the middle with this one. I think I love the ending, the gut punch and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. It just is not that exciting for me. It's not one that I like to go to. The characters are okay. They're not super rich in this movie. You don't really feel a close connection or anything like that. And it's got some decent tension in it. It's pretty well directed, but it's got some goofy CGI and stuff. It feels a little lower tier for me. So I'm going to go in the middle with, I think, watchable.
Nice. And before I get to my rating, or what I feel like should go on the tier list, I gotta say hello to Holly. Holly, how are you doing? We got Veronica is here as well, and the fiery SOB himself, Fachi, is here as well. What's going on there, Fachi? Veronica and Holly, thank you for hanging out with us. And Brad's got freaking balloons too. You fucking Pennywise over there? Oh, my king, you are
time to float.
So. Hell yeah. And Destiny agrees with you, Brad.
Hey, we're on a roll, man. We're agreeing all the time these days. That's great.
Oh, yeah, it's just, it makes me happy just because it calms the peace and everything. So far, so good. So let's see here. Brad, so far we're agreeing, except for Jennifer's body. You were nice enough to upgrade it for me, but I am going to agree with you on this one. It needs to go to the middle with watchable, and here's why for me, because I think this movie is great. It really is. On really a first time watch is great, but I just bet once you watch it again, knowing everything that happens and everything, it kind of it loses its mojo. Let's say that with Austin Powers quote, Will loses his mojo a little bit. But I want to give a special character shout out real quick to one Mrs. Carmody. Do you remember Mrs. Carmody?
Was she
She's
the
religious lady?
Yeah, I sure do, man. I sure do.
Yeah, she was the greatest character in that entire movie, just because she does such a great job to absolutely hate her in a sense, not for her like religion talk and all that. It's just how she went about it. So I wanted to give a special shout out to. And now we got the sequel to The Mist. It's called Sierra Mist. Rosie. That's very, or as Jurassic Park, clever girl. So I'm going to go with watchable, just because really this movie is all about the very last thing of the movie anyway, or AKA the most impatient man in the history of horror movies. So go ahead and give me The Mist as watchable.
I like it.
All right. So it is back to me. And you know what? I like to do a little bit of some shit talk real quick. I wish Chad was here, so I'm actually going to hold off until I see Chad spewing about. Let's go with a little bit of Seed of Chucky talk. Oh, good old Seed of Chucky. This fucking movie. After the highly successness of The Bride of Chucky, we immediately go this way. And here's the deal. The direction of having the son of Chucky, great idea. I was all for it. They hinted at it at the end of Bride of Chucky. But with what the fuck they did to Chucky's kid, what the fuck? That's all I gotta say. This movie is absolutely pure cheese. Like, this is a perfect movie, really, to watch having a couple of beers with your best buds and just trashing the movie. And I know this movie has its fans out there. I know the direction with the director and the creator of Chucky being gay. And I get all that too. But just like, we had this whole great idea of a scary ass son of Chucky. And we got Glenn or Glenda or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I'm going to say Seed of Chucky to me is dog shit from a horse's ass.
Yeah, I'm there with you, pal. This is the one Chucky movie I never cared to revisit, and I don't know if I ever will. I mean, I'm sure I'll do it on the channel at some point if we review it or watch party or whatever. But outside of that, nah, not a chance. I ain't messing with this movie again. It sucked. There's probably a couple comedic moments in it, but I can't recall any others.
Oops,
yeah, that's right.
Did it again.
Yeah, this one had the Britney Spears. there's probably a couple little redeeming qualities in there, but overall this is a movie that sucked ass, and it's dog shit from a horse's ass, doggy.
Sergeant Shitty, don't give me any weird ideas now. Just Google shit face, see what happens. Damn it. I can see where you can pronounce shit face, but I'm not seeing anything else. Oh, it has a actual dictionary. Are you talking about Google Images? Because I'm going to type that next. Oh, speaking of which, there's freaking Glenn right there. That's what happens when you type in shit face. Oh my god, you Gracie. So there we go. Dog shit from a horse's ass for Seed of Chucky. All right. I'm just looking at so many damn good movies on this list. So I'll be honest with you, there might not be a term for the worst, honestly. But we'll give it a fair shake and see what happens. You know what? Let's go with The Strangers here, because talk about one of the great home invasion horror movies of all time that just really does the best job of creating just an unsettling atmosphere, isolation, right here. So I'm probably going to give this. Actually, here's the deal. I was going to give it worthy, but not really thinking about it, comparing this and with Strangers Prey at Night. I will always go to Prey at Night over The Strangers. I only put on The Strangers when I'm just like really in that mood to get freaking scared and anxious. So to me, I'm going to actually say The Strangers is just watchable.
Yeah, I'm going to go with worthy here for The Strangers. This is a movie that I will concur that it's not super rewatchable, at least not anymore. It used to be for me. I used to watch it all the time because it actually scared me. I like it more than Prey at Night. I think it's there's way more tension in this movie. It's way more scary. So yeah, I know, Veronica, I don't like no Prey at Night, man. That movie is goofy, but this movie was actually scary. Prey at Night was not. It did some things in this home invasion genre that we hadn't seen before, and really, I mean, probably still to this day is the scariest of those films. If you're watching it for the first time, watching it at dark, I think it's a movie that would really make people unsettled to this day. It's not, it loses some of its flair when you know what's coming, and the dude's going to be standing behind Liv Tyler and all that stuff in the house. But the first time you see that, there ain't anything scarier than that, man. That shit was scary as hell. It's super tense once all that stuff starts happening. I actually like the characters okay in this movie. I mean, I know they're not the wisest, but they're way better than the characters in Prey at Night. Way. And they do things at a relatively decent. They're somewhat decent about their decision making in this movie. I think they at least try to do some things to get themselves out of the situation. They try to blow somebody away whenever they have a loaded gun in their hand. Just happen to be the wrong person, but you can't blame them for that. They tried. They tried to get themselves out of there.
But that was a realistic thing too. It's just like you didn't know who's going to come around that corner.
I think you, me, everybody in the chat would have done the same thing. You've been trying to get murdered all night. You got a shotgun up at the door. The only person who wouldn't have done this is that Kyle motherfucker from the second movie, or whatever his name is, Luke or whatever. He ain't no Skywalker, that's for sure. But we would all do that. We'd pull the trigger, and if it was our friend, it's our friend. It sucks for him. He shouldn't have been standing there like Happy Gilmore. But I think The Strangers is one of the most scary home invasion movies of all time.
So I'm actually, you know what? I say let our chat have some fun with this. So I'm gonna actually lead it up to the chat to see where it needs to go with The Strangers. The poll is up. So let's see here. To answer quickly, Brettman, ever seen Dylan Tucker versus Evil? I absolutely have, and I think it is a brilliantly smart horror comedy movie. Like if you just like understand a lot of the slasher jokes and kind of like cabin horror movies and all that, if you get that, you're a fan of that. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is one of the great movies of that. So definitely a top tier, I would say if I have to do a top 5, I would include Dale and Tucker versus Evil in my top 5 horror comedies of all time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny as hell, man. It's just like, what are these guys going to do next? You know, that's the whole thing.
And
Goofy
just
as hell. I
the
love it.
freaking the bee. It's like I was like, oh, he's putting him in the wood chamber. No, I need to get him out of there. Like, oh my god, it's so much fun. We got your Adrian. How you doing? We just talking about 2000 horror movies. You know, hopefully you're doing good.
Hey, yo, Adrian. No, I never talked to no door before.
So, all right. Let's see where the poll is just real super quick. Okay, Brad, it's not even close. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll with 10 votes already because 90% say that this movie is worthy. And I don't blame you all for saying that at all. So let's put it at worthy. So, all right. So I did see a Chucky and the Stranger. So Brad, it is back up to you. So we are at 20. We got 26 movies left.
Well, let's make it 28 years later then, since we're close to that. Or 28 days later. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, no, I was like, don't do that alpha bullshit. Like,
I love 28 years later, though. We'll get into that another day. But yeah, 28 days later, Cillian Murphy coming in. This movie came out before a lot of the more popular zombie, like before Walking Dead. It might have been it was before Dawn of the Dead too, right?
yes, it is
Before-
because I
yeah.
believe Dawn of the Dead's 2004, while this movie was 2003, and really, honestly, rejuvenated the zombie craze.
Sure did, man. It brought because the zombie stuff came back. This actually is probably what set off that whole zombie subgenre there in the early 2000s and whatnot. That led to Dawn of the Dead and led to Walking Dead and all the other deads out there. And I think it does a great job. I mean, I think it's emotional. Check. Cillian Murphy is the lead. Check. That's always a win. It's brutal. It's got different kind of zombies even to this day. This is just a visceral, real kind of looking zombie that we don't really see all that often. They're not like walking around eating butterflies and shit. They're like running around and they're chained up in people's yards and stuff. But it also touches on that humanity side of things too. Where the things you have to worry about are the people in this kind of situation, the people that aren't infected. Which is also an interesting point that this movie brought up long before Walking Dead ever did. And Walking Dead basically created the whole series based on this idea. Well, I guess the comics probably came, but we're not going to get into that. But I love it. I mean, I think it's probably one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. And I honestly, I'd go to the top with it, man. I think it kicks all the ass.
Ooh. And Rosie in the chat, you're worthy. All right, excellent. So you're worthy, always worthy. And Brad, we might need to do another vote on this one because I definitely respect everything you said about 28 Days Later about wanting to do kicks off all the ass, but I'm going to say that it is worthy for the fact that the third act of this movie, like the second half, was really slow paced for me, and it just didn't do as much as it did as the first half, the first and second acts did for me, because to me there was more emotional storytelling, a lot more scarier scenes, and that plus I want them to deal more with the rage people. That's pretty much what you're supposed to call it. But come on, they're fucking zombies. That's to me. And here's the deal with these ones: these are fast zombies, and fast zombies are one of the most scariest things. Honestly, more scarier than Michael Myers, more scarier than Jason Voorhees. Hell, even Freddy Krueger has nightmares about these freaking running zombies, man. Because if you are not fit in this world, you are a dead man. But again, it holds back though with the worthy to me. Again, it's just the second half of the movie and the third act where we're just including other humans that are pretty much dirtbags. It's just wasn't crazy over that particular direction. I wanted more fast zombies to be included. So I'm going to go worthy on this.
I'll say this, those dirt bags are the scariest part of the movie, man. I mean, absolutely. That's something to be terrified about. Zombies, you can deal with that. I mean, that's like dealing with ants or roaches or rats. But damn, those guys at the end, man, that was scary. And you can't get down to Cillian Murphy with that rock music playing, and he goes in rage mode himself, and he starts slaying fools to protect the girl. That shit gets you pumped up, man. I love the hell out of it.
Veronica's saying that she thinks walking zombies are scarier, which trust me, zombies are just scary overall. But at least with a slower zombie, you have your chance to run.
You do.
Yeah, like I think
Yeah.
I could just do like a walk fasting pace and all that because I'm a good fast walker. So I feel like I can survive a situation like that. So I guess we're
But
gonna
you
go
could
back
take
to the
those spatulas of yours and just slap it around
poll.
like ping
28.
pong.
28 days later, kicks all the ass and worthy. So chat, do your thing, vote again. See here, just checking one thing real quick. All right, so is it your pick again?
I think so, actually. Yeah, if we're doing the snake,
All right, well,
I
let
think it
me
is.
scroll down here. Pick another movie while the chat is taking care of business with 28 days later.
Let's stay on the zombie train here. Let's go with Shaun of the Dead.
Ooh, good comedy.
It is a good comedy, but how do I feel about it? This is kind of another one where I really love it when I'm watching it. I'm having a good time with it, but I don't know. I don't really go to it all that often. I've only seen it a couple times. It's goofy as hell, and it always makes me chuckle. I think I'd probably go watchable though. I just kind of feel like that's where it goes for me, is right there kind of in the middle personally. I mean, I love Simon Pegg. I think he's funny as hell. I think there's a lot of goofy little gags in this where they're throwing the records at the zombies and stuff, like and all that, all those little things. But the whole plot of the movie is for them to get to a bar. So yeah, give me right there in the middle of watchable, I think.
All right. Well, actually, Brad, I was kind of I thought that might have been potentially your term for the worst to watchable. So I didn't feel like you were that strong enough with watchable. So excuse me. I am actually going to go watchable as well with you. So I do agree with you on that. Just because, like, to me, I feel like this movie was just built for people, the subgenre of zombie horror movies. This is like a love note to them, saying, "Hey, this is making fun of every single thing within the whole world of zombies and horror movies." So if you're not a fan of zombie movies, like hardcore fan of zombie movies, like this movie is not going to be for everybody. And plus, this movie is also a really smart movie too. So you really have to know your stuff about the zombie subgenre to understand a lot of the jokes of it. Because the first time I watched this, really didn't get a lot of the jokes except for the whole Barbara one. Because of course, the Night of the Living Dead, the OG from '60. But yeah, so give me watchable. I'll agree with you on that.
I like it. I think it's a good spot for it. It's certainly entertaining.
Oh, definitely entertaining and fun. And Brad, I got the poll right here. I'm going to end it at 11 votes here. See, 11 votes, 63% say 28 days later is worthy. So they cock blocked you on the kicks all the ass.
That's all right, man. That's all right. I still like it. I still like it a lot.
Oh, I like it a lot. All right. So now we're gonna go with me with the snake draft here. I kind of feel bad for the chat cog blocking your kicks all the ass. So I gotta introduce them to a kicks all the ass right here. We gotta go with The Descent, man. Because this movie to me absolutely kicks all the ass. Because just alone, those women being trapped in those the caverns or the tunnels and all that, just all them getting trapped there is just scary enough. Especially if you're claustrophobic. Hopefully I said that word right. I'm trying to better up on my grammar for next week's stream when we get Chris back for me embarrassing myself for saying hard words. So that'll be next week. So I'm trying to do better on that. So yeah. Damn, I just forgot the word. I was so proud of myself.
Hey, you got it right the first time, buddy. Just hey,
claustrophobic.
Let's let,
there we go.
Let's let go. Yeah, there you go.
claustrophobic, like scary all by itself, and they're like, okay, we could end it at that. So we're gonna throw some freaking cave dwellers in there, cave freaking creatures, can scare the frick out of these characters and kill off these characters, which you really believe in the dynamic of these women being really good friends to each other, and especially that one honorary bitch Juno, because she got what she was coming to her in that movie. But also too, very underrated final girl of all time, of Sarah. So gotta give her a lot of credit. Love this movie, especially the set design. Lots went into the set design of this movie. So this movie to me kicks all the ass.
I agree with you, man. Well said. Perfectly said, I would say. It's definitely one of the scariest. I think honestly, I think it's one of the scariest films in general of this time period. It's one that's guaranteed. There's not a lot of movies that do this, but this one guarantees a jump scare reaction for anybody watching this movie the first time. And yeah, it does such a great job of just making you feel uncomfortable the whole time. Also love the whole female cast in this thing for the most part. I think that's just a cool little, it's I don't know, it's kind of unique. I feel good about it. I think it's a cool thing. They're all going spelunking, if you will, diving around in caves and stuff. And like you said, that stuff right there alone is a scary ass movie. Competes with Fall and other movies that tackle your
fears,
your
phobias.
This one's claustrophobia. That one's hydophobia. There's ones that spiderophobias. But
I don't like no spiders.
But yeah, I love the hell out of the movie. And the characters are good. They're all solid all around. It adds a little intrigue there's a little division between them with a certain plot point that comes up. That's really cool. And again, it's just, I love the setting in general. It's just spending the whole movie underground in these caves, man. Are you kidding me? Give it to me, baby. The Descent.
And Vanderhoff also brings another one. I haven't seen that movie yet, Vanderhoff, but I've heard nothing but really good things. And Brad's about to tell you how good that movie is too. But As Beloved, So Below is also amazing, is what Vanderhoff said.
Yeah, dude, I love that movie, Vanderhoff. I saw that for the first time, I don't know, a year ago or so, maybe a little bit over. But I thought that movie it's kind of underrated, I guess. I mean, it's got a pretty bad score on Rotten Tomatoes. You don't see people talking about it a lot, but it's very similar to Descent. These characters are in these catacombs in France, and they just keep getting deeper and deeper, and things get scarier and scarier, and they just get it's really cool. I like the hell out. That's another great movie, kind of similar to this. If you like Descent, you'll love this movie too.
And Rosie gave us our new sequel to the Descent. It's also called The Crescent.
Yeah.
Or croissant.
Yeah.
It's like, you ate all the croissants? Oh, man.
Yeah.
And Zodiac, because I'm in the Survivor mood lately, who got the unholy bitch Jerry kicked off Survivor?
Dude, Jerry, man. I thought she was going to come back for 50, but I guess they picked other people instead. But yeah, man. Jerry's a classic, man. Birdie's seen Jerry once or twice now, and going to be three times at some point.
And Boston Rob, baby. Boston Rob. And finished season 9 last night, which actually, I'm not going to tell you just because you haven't seen season 9. I don't want to spoil anything. But Brad, you're more strategy, or are you more entertainment when it comes to Survivor? Just a little off topic real quick.
Well, the strategy to me is entertaining. So I think I love the strategy. That to me is what I like about it. But I haven't seen 9. We watched 10 not too long ago. That's a good season. I think you'll like.
That's why I'm about to start tomorrow.
Yeah, it's got a character actually too. Sorry, I know nobody's really probably interested in this, but it's got a character too that is coming back for 50 in Stephanie. So you'll enjoy that and get to know her a little bit.
Hell yeah, Melissa. I'm the biggest Survivor fan. Never missed a season. So Melissa's a badass. And Zodiac is a big brother over Survivor, or used to be. Damn. See that? We got some Survivor love in the chat.
We do. We have some, man. Blu-ray. You see, I haven't seen Big Brother yet, but we have watched a couple seasons of Amazing Race now. There's one with Boston Rob in it that was pretty
I
fun.
need to watch. That's the only one I'm going to watch of Amazing Race. Is that one?
What?
Just for
That's what I
Boston
said,
Rob.
and then I watched it. And I was like, this is actually pretty entertaining. So we started another one the other day, but
Hell yeah.
it's yeah. I think you'll like that season too.
And I think you'll like the second half of season 9 because it does deal with a lot of strategy, and you'll be. I think you'll be amazed too. So, and plus lots of drama.
So you're getting close to when the idols get introduced, and that makes things a lot more interesting, in my opinion. So
I know. I was just begging. I'm like, I need my idols, man. Especially that Super Bowl commercial goes, "Hey Arnold, you want an immunity idol?" Oh, what? So it's fucking great. So man, I would love to talk Survivor, but I know some of our podcast listeners are like, get back to 2000s horror talk. So we're going to do that for our podcasters who are also listening in as well. And plus we got 2 people that joined in as well. Want to say my hellos to them. We got Byron Weaver. What's going on there, Byron? How are you doing, buddy? And of course, we got the shit stirrer himself. Chad is here. And Chad, hopefully you are still here because I get my snake pick, right?
Yes, you do.
Perfect. This is the ultimate time. We're going to shit talk about Halloween Resurrection. Actually, no, not a full-on shit talk, but I am still going to talk some shit about it because how they treat Michael Myers being a complete bitch boy in this movie, being punked out by freaking Busta Rhymes going, "What the fuck you doing? You're not supposed to be Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers, that freaking killer white shark chicken fried motherfucker." Like, it's just, I just do not. I love the concept of this movie. And Chad, if you're in the comment, because this is a Chad quote right here, I do agree that this was a movie ahead of its time, but in the early 2000s was not that time. If they would have done Halloween Resurrection today, it could have honestly actually worked. But we got in the early 2000s. Michael's a complete bitch, even though I will say it does have some entertaining qualities in this. So I thought going in, I was going to give it a dog shit from horse's ass, but I feel bad for a turn for the worse, just probably not going to get picked at all. So that's where I'm putting Halloween Resurrection, a turn for the worse.
Dude, I'll give it to you, man. I mean, I don't think it's as bad as Seed of Chucky. It's not. This is one that I know a lot of people, it's worse. This is the first Halloween movie I saw in theaters. So it holds a little bit of a special place in my heart. And I remember when it came out to this day, man, going and seeing it with my brother and getting the VHS and afterwards and be like, man, I love this movie. I watched it all the time. I've probably seen this movie more than most people, most of those being in my youth. But, to this day, it definitely doesn't really hold up for me all too much. It's one that I can easily skip over. And I often forget about it in the franchise when I'm thinking, I'm going to watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. It just completely skips over in my mind. Oh, wait, I just said, no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Damn it. It's not. Damn it. Damn it. It is 8. Okay. But really, though, I watch H2O and I'm like, all right, it's time to watch the Rob Zombie movies. And then I'm like, oh, wait, there's Resurrection. I always kind of forget about it. So, yeah, I agree with everything you said about it. It's got some entertaining aspects to it, though. Chung Lee doing karate. All that stuff is good. So, I'll give you that. For me, I think for more than anything, it's nostalgia because I remember seeing it in theaters and being pumped up to see Michael on the big screen. But I still, it's not a movie that I'm going to drag through the mud just for the shits and giggles for it. I don't like what they did with Laurie and whatever. But Michael looked decent. The mask looked decent. It was a step up from H2O in that regard. So yeah, give me turn for the worst.
And of course, I'm going to throw out there real quickly with Resurrection fact, Katie Sackhoff should have been the final girl.
Yeah, she was pretty good, wasn't she? I mean, I like the final girl okay in this movie. She's better than some other.
Well, it's just Katie
girls,
Sackhoff had to do the screen for the girl, for the main girl if that's supposed to be the final girl,
Yeah.
because she couldn't screen work for shit, so they had to substitute her screen for Katie Sackhoff's screen.
But yeah,
I was like,
so
well,
they
if
should
we're
have
gonna
swapped
do
them,
that, yeah, exactly. So that's kind of bullshit. Plus, we all love Katie Sackhoff. We love for her to sack us off. So
That's
I had
the
to
old
throw that pun in there.
That's the Mandalorian in there, man. Mando.
Mendo.
Bo-Katan, I think is her name. Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan. Dude, good for you. And Oculus. She was the
Oculus,
mother.
yeah, she was good in that
Yeah,
too.
so
She was great.
we love some Katie Sackhoff in on Good Will Hunting. So and Zodiac, Brad, this I know you're probably ignoring this comment here. Resurrection over ends all fucking day.
Now get out of here, man.
I
Pound
can agree
sand.
with that. No, okay, I
Pound
can't agree
sand.
with that.
No,
I
come
can't
on.
agree with that. I can't agree with that. So
Ends was a
Zodiac, I
classic.
appreciate it.
We're gonna look at Ends in 2038 and say, man, that was such a good movie, man. That was a classic. That was misunderstood in its time. Best movie in the franchise. I mean, that's the things that people are going to be saying. I feel good about
it. No. That's the Bugs Bunny picture you see in the GIF going, no. So, but hey, anybody that loves Halloween Ends, I can see why, but it's just not for me. But me and Brad have argued it plenty enough, and I'm not sure we're done. So I'm sure it'll come back somewhere along the future. So, all right. So, Brad, we're back to you in the snake draft here.
Okay. Give me Jeepers Creepers.
Brad, what'd you do with them peepers?
What'd you do with those eyes? Okay. This movie, in a way, is, I would say, one of the movies that got me into the kind of horror. I was already into horror genre when this came out, but this is one that just kind of tipped me back in there. I remember this being, I always talk about some of the first DVDs we ever had, and this was in that batch as well. And I used to watch, actually, this was a DVD that my brother had in his room, and I would go in there all the time, pull this DVD out, pop it on, and I loved it. It's one of those movies that scared the hell out of me. It actually is creepy. You got a couple of peeps, the brother and sister, on a road trip through Florida, and they just get introduced to the creeper in a really kind of creepy, scary way. You don't know at the beginning that the creeper is like this creature. You just, is it a person that's out there killing people or whatever? They're following him in this. He's following these guys in this big old ugly truck. Getting right up on their ass, pushing them off the road, all that stuff. And they come to that church, and it's like they see him dumping bodies down this pipe, and that's like this creepy thing. You're driving down a highway in Florida, and you look over, and this dude's, pouring bodies, what's clearly identified as bodies, down a pipe. You're like, okay, that's fucked up. That all happens in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, and that really draws you in. And then it turns into this kind of like cat and mouse thing where they're like trying to get the police involved, and the creeper is kind of getting on their ass now and all that stuff. It's tense, man. I love the hell out of this movie. It's scary. The creeper, unfortunately, was just a lot of unfortunate things have happened to this movie and the franchise in general. The stuff with the director, the other movies after this kind of suck an ass, although 2 was watchable at least. But this movie in and of itself was awesome. So I'd give it kicks all the ass for this.
All right, you're gonna do a kicks all the ass, man. We might have to meet the middle here, or we might have to do a 3-way vote, because to me, I'm gonna just do this for it's just watchable to me, and here's why I'll do it watchable. And I'm mainly like thinking of the some of the chat people and also horror community members as well when I kind of put this in the mindset, because I'll go ahead and address the issue. Director's a piece of shit, like Victor Salva, like massive piece of shit for everything that he did and everything. But I'm one of those people. For me, I could kind of separate the art from the from the person and all that. And plus, here's another thing too that a lot of people do not kind of like think about. It's that's kind of not fair to really hate this movie because of one director, when you got backstage people like your makeup artists, the people who made the creeper look, costume design, Justin Long, the female cast. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, like the actress, but like think about them. They put all their hard work into this movie as well. So that's why I want to give a lot of credit for that. So Brad, I'm actually going to put this movie now to worthy.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that it's just like the people behind the scenes absolutely deserve like the credit for making this movie a success. It's such a damn shame that the director of this movie gives this movie a bad rap now. But like you said, when it first came out, this was fucking brilliant. A great way to kick off the era of the 2000s. So give me Worthy for this one. And I don't mind to do a poll if you need to do that.
Yeah, I'm good for a poll, and I think that brings the point, and Zodiac says the same thing. Better hate Roman Polanski's movies too. Yeah, that's true because of Rosemary's Baby and all that. We love the movies, but we hate the director. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to hate the movie though. It's like saying, let's just imagine the owner, the director, the CEO of Coke was an asshole. I mean, we're probably still going to drink it. It's
Or
not
that
like
Subway guy, Jared.
yeah, exactly. I still eat a Subway, even though Jared's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's not. There's so much more work that it went into the movie than just the director. Yeah, the director directs it, but you know what? Justin Long was a big part of the reason why I love this movie, and I love Justin Long, so I'm going to support it for him. I'm going to support for the other people. So yeah, there's a lot of good things about this movie. Yeah, Weinstein. So don't get me started on that piece of shit and all that stuff. But we love all their movies too. So yeah, it's well, not all of them, but there's a good chunk of them. The Screams, all that stuff. They have a bad taste. They there's things about it that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But we love Scream. So yeah, I think that's kind of part of it.
Yeah, and Blu-ray said it the best way. I can separate the art from the artist, but I understand that some can't. And yeah, I respect people who can't because I do not blame them whatsoever on that. But it's just I'm just one of the people on the opposite spectrum. I can separate the artist from the art, mainly for the not for the individual, but for the people that were behind the scenes that I talked about, like from the actors, the behind the stage people like the editors, the costume design people, everybody that's involved in making a movie. It's not fair to hate on all of their hard work just for one piece of shit. So that's why I can separate it. But if you can't, I respect you all for doing so.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let me check the poll real quick. I think it might be done here. Yeah, it is done, Brad, because 70% out of 10 votes goes kicks all the ass. So
I win.
You win. So we got our second kicks all the ass. So there we go, Jeepers Creepers. Very well deserved. So,
I love that people love this movie as much as I do, man. I think that's great. I think it's it's just creepy, man. Creepers is a good word to put in that title.
dude, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time too, and I think also Melissa. I believe it was Melissa that said in the chat that just being stranded on the bus is fucking scary with the creeper creeping around. Like
that was the second one, but yeah.
I know, but the second one, I'll be honest with you, it's underrated, man.
The second one's not bad. I think it's fine. But the first one I think is far and away better. But I do enjoy the second one as well.
So, okay. So if you want to go with your next one,
let me get on that same road. Let's go Joyride here. Okay.
See, this is the one you included last minute.
Yeah, because this is a movie I feel really just as strongly about as I do Jeepers Creepers, because it's kind of in that same era. It might have came out the same year, but it's still one of those first movies. And I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie because it's one of those movies that my brother had. I went in there and I jacked it and I popped it in. And I love this movie a lot. Honestly, I still think it's kind of underrated. For how good it is for me. I don't see that many people talking about it. I love it. It's one of my favorite horror movies. It's one of my favorite movies of this time period. You got a couple bros that goes on this. Paul Walker's in it, obviously, in the horror genre, which is awesome. Steve Zahn too. It's a great. They're brothers in the movie, which is a perfect. Like, these guys are brothers, man. Give it to me. I love it. So they're just a fun duo in this movie. Like Paul Walker's kind of like the more like, just kind of, I wouldn't say he's reserved, but he's like, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's like, he's just trying to do good in life. And then Steve Zahn, he actually picks him up out of jail to go on this road trip. He bails him out of jail to go on this road trip to go pick up his girlfriend. long road trip. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to fly out there. Just going to buy a car and we'll go. He picks up his brother from jail. They go on this long road trip together. They get the CB radio. They start talking to people on the radio. And then Steve Zahn's like, oh, man, dude, we got to fool with some truckers. And he does this. He has Paul Walker do this girl voice, Candy Cane. This is Candy Cane. And then this trucker starts getting involved and he starts roping this trucker in. And then the trucker finds out it's all a sham. And he just goes on a rampage, dude. Just fucking these guys' lives up. From that point on, and I love it, man. I think it's such a fun movie, and it's honestly one I need to rewatch again now that I'm seeing it because it's a classic for me. I'm not gonna hide from it. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna say it kicks all the ass.
Oh man, dude, why did you have to do this to me? Now I'm gonna feel like such an asshole for doing this because the only thing I remember in this movie, because I haven't seen this movie in such a long time, again, part of why I kind of want to do the whole watch party sub channel too, so I can revisit a lot of these movies, man. But I don't remember a whole lot, so I don't think it's too fair for me to judge too harshly. But also, I can't praise it enough as well. The only main thing that just really scared me about this movie was the whole like candy cane, like all that, just like a creep like go in your intercom system and like just scream, just candy cane it the fuck up and all that. And plus, I could tell this movie also was heavily inspired by the original Hitcher as well, with some of the scenes, kind of like, especially like the last scene of the movie too, or one of the last scenes, the third act, took inspiration of the Hitcher. So I don't think it's fair for me to judge it too much or be harsh or be fair with it. So I'm honestly going to go with watchable.
Yeah, okay.
So
Let's go poll. Let's go poll.
You want to go poll? We'll go poll.
Yeah.
So just a minute, and we'll do a three. You want to do a three-way poll or a poll between kicks all the ass and watchable?
We can do all three.
Okay, we'll
the
do
people
all
decide.
three. Kicks all the ass, worthy, and watchable. All right, there you go. Vote away because we'll need your help on that one. So, hello. My son was an extra in Paul Walker's movie Timelines as one of the children. Got to meet him. Such a nice man. Dude, Veronica, that is badass that you got to meet the legendary Paul Walker.
No, that's really cool, man. That's really cool for your son to be a part of that too, man. You got to be like proud of him in that extent, and I'm sure you are. That's really cool, man. That's awesome.
Fuck yeah, Veronica. Like, God, try to make me jealous over here. And you have succeeded. And Veronica, you had another question earlier. Is Drag Me to Hell on your list? It is not on our list, but there's so many fun. Here's the deal, and Brad can tell you this too. There's so many movies in the 2000s. We can easily, and I mean easily, do a part 2 in the future.
Yeah, dude, Drag Me to Hell is fucking great, dude. Sam Raimi, Justin Long again. That's a doozy. That would have been high up on my list.
Oh, see,
sure.
if I knew that, I would have included it. I'm sorry, buddy. I thought you kind of be like me. So
yeah, I didn't even think about it. Be like me.
So we'll do part 2 for in the future. We'll absolutely do that. Or like the next time, if it's just me and Brad and Chris has to do with AIDS or anything. Not which I'm joking, by the way. I am absolutely joking. He's on a cruise right now, so he'll be cruising on back next week. Chris, I saw your text message right there. Enjoy those pina coladas. And Brad, it's not even close. I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. It kicks all the ass. Dominant victory.
Oh, for Joyride? No kidding.
Yep.
I love it.
86%.
I love it, man. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah.
That's
so
another
you made
one. I'm
Brad's
excited.
freaking week.
I'm excited that they love these movies as much as I do because, again, those are kind of pinnacle for me, man.
Hey, when I do Joyride on that sub channel, I'll have you on as a guest.
I'd love to, man. I want to watch that movie any day.
Oh, hell yeah. So, all right, we're back to me real quick. Let's see here. I'll do some couple of short ones here. The first short one I'll do is a scary movie. My heart tells me with scary movie that this movie kicks all the ass, but at the same time, you kind of have to be realistic for exactly what this movie is. It's just a fucking dumb time, a dumb good time with it. Me personally, it kicks all the ass, but I gotta be fair as well. So I'm gonna say that this movie is just watchable. Like on the right day, the right time, this movie is absolutely watchable.
I mean, I think it's better than that. I think it's one of the best spoof movies of all time. It hits all the notches for me personally. Being a big horror fan, especially at the time, I remember when it came out, is like, dude, I recognize every single nod that it was given. So I think it's, it never really got as good as the first one. So give me Worthy for it.
Oh, I'll upgrade to that. So, well, I'll make it Worthy too, because you're absolutely right. It is one of the great spoof movies of all time. And how could you not laugh at? We hit a boot. Where's the foot? God, where's the foot? So, let's freaking do that. Scary movie as Worthy. And for my second pick, I'm gonna go with a little fun. Continue to have on the fun train here. We're gonna go Freddy versus Jason. I'm definitely going to stand my ground and make sure that this movie is watchable, because we all watch it for the third act when Freddy and Jason absolutely fight each other. That's pretty much what the whole movie is based about. You're just waiting the entire time, which Jason gets his cool kills and all that. Freddy has his moments at the beginning, but he gets mostly his movie started midway of the second half of the movies, where he gets most of his good fun. But you're just, again, waiting the entirety of the time, too. And a lot of the dialogue does not age very well, and it's very could get sensitive to some viewers now. So I just say that this movie is watchable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun movie. It's got two of the icons in it that we all
Like the
love.
marketing kicks all the ass. I will say that
Yeah.
the marketing kicks all the ass.
The characters around them kind of suck for the most part, but I mean, they're on par with honestly both franchises, at least at that point in the franchise. So I think I would probably go. I'd go watchable too, I think.
Alrighty. And another thing, too, I want to add, too, is that King Harder should have been Jason.
Yeah, I think the design in general should have been tweaked a little bit, but I like it. I mean, it's definitely not my least favorite Jason in the franchise. And Freddy's actually looking a little bit better than he used to look in the last couple movies. But
Right.
But yeah, I think I think you're right. I think, Kane Hodder a little bit different. I mean, they had the jacket on him in this movie, which was a choice, but it was he was fine. He wasn't the worst. He wasn't the worst.
Bryce Spencer, how are you doing, man? Hopefully all is going well with you. Saying Torch Jason goes hard. Yeah,
Yeah, he
like when
does.
Jason got lit on fire and everything, he goes, "You could get like a pig and get food." Like, so, oh man. But Bryce, good seeing you, buddy. I appreciate you hopping in and chilling with us. Yeah, and I remember that, Chester, the guy who plays Jason in Freddy vs. Jason, was also the one that got tossed by King Hodder in part 8 of Jason Takes Manhattan. So it's like King Hodder knew in advance that's like, hey, I gotta get mine in against Ken Kernsinger. Ha! Y'all thought I was gonna mispronounce that last name, Kernsinger. So there we go. Freddy vs. Jason for watchable. So Brad, you got any 2 quick ones for your snake picks?
Yeah, let's go with The Hills Have Thighs.
Ooh,
Did I
hey,
say
my favorite porn movie.
Dude, I think this movie not only is great, but it's also one of the best remakes that's also kind of overlooked a lot. I think, obviously the people here and the people that's really, tied in this community recognize it, but I think in general, like, people are always, when we talk about remakes, they're talking about Texas Chainsaw, and I think this movie really modernizes the concept of Hills Have Eyes. It's basically an exact remake of it, but it brings it a modern feel to it. It brings us Ted Levine in here as well. Old candy cane. It's brutal. It goes places that a lot of movies don't go. So I love it for that. And honestly, I'm going to say kicks all the ass here.
Ooh, really now? Because guess what? I join you on that. I think this movie absolutely kicks all the asses as well. And Brad, you nailed it. That is definitely, to me, the best horror movie remake of all time. Because your goal for a horror movie remake is to follow the blueprint of what the original did, while also just standing on your own as well. And if you really want to be considered the best remake of all time, you got to be better than the original. And I definitely feel like this remake is absolutely miles better than the original, which I respect what the original did for its time. Wes Craven directed that one. But like, I even know I would think Wes Craven is jealous of the remake because of how freaking great the remake was. So I easily agree with you. Oh, and lastly, underrated final guy of all time in Doug. Fuck you, Doug. Who said that? You fucking rascals. But no, Doug is badass in this movie and great character work with his character in that movie as well. So I agree with you, Brad. Hills Have Eyes kicks all the ass.
I love it, man. I love it.
So did you? Yeah, you had another one.
I do.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
another one. You do.
We'll see what we got. Okay, let's go with Final Destination.
Ooh, Final Destination.
It's not exactly my favorite movie of the time period, but you can't deny its impactfulness. And that it is, I mean, it is a lot of fun. I think it spawned a whole franchise that's still going on today, and it was creative. Some of the kills are goofy. You got the guy shaving and he nicks his neck and all that stuff, and there's like blue water coming out of the water line, and there's some goofy things about it, but it's a fun time, and I think it's worthy.
Oh, you actually think it's worthy, dude? I thought you were talking about watchable.
I was going to go middle. Yeah, the middle is where I was going to go. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that would have been an interesting poll right there, but no, I say it's watchable as well because I feel like the Final Destination, amazing concept for a horror movie, but I just felt like that the first movie didn't fully grasp and really unleash the potential of that movie. Best example I can kind of like just to compare it, it's like Child's Play and Child's Play 2. Child's Play, they didn't really realize what they had in Chucky until after Child's Play came out, and then they fully made Chucky to what Chucky is today with Child's Play 2. And I say the same thing with Final Destination. With Final Destination 2, really took that concept and really executed for what they know exactly what the franchise needed to be. So I appreciate Final Destination, the first movie, always. And plus, this is for you, Carter, because you're a dick. Give me watchable.
Yeah, I like it.
So, before I get to my next two picks, we got Our Life in Horror. This is Sam and Brandon, and I know this is Sam. So, what's going on there, Sam? How are you doing? Hopefully, all is going well with you and Brandon, and keep up the great work with your channels. Let's see here. Oh, and also, you gotta love a character named Clear Rivers. Down by the river, clear river, down by the river. It's all so clean. All right. So, Brad, should we go to more piece of shit talk right here? Well, it's not really a piece of shit. One person individually is a piece of shit, and that is going to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake from 2003. And the piece of shit. No. This one individual is a piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
And that's a guy that plays Leatherface, because I have not heard the greatest things about that particular actor and his behavior at some conventions. But again, I could separate the art from the artist from the art, or art from the artist. And he was a really good Leatherface. Jessica Biel is one the big standout, and I could kind of give you three reasons of why she stands out. Even though I absolutely fucking hated her character, and she made the most stupidest fucking mistakes in this movie. Like, really stupid. I understand it's a horror movie, you're supposed to make dumb mistakes, but I feel like she really takes takes it to a whole nother level of getting a lot of people killed so unnecessarily. And Brad, I'll let you get to one particular group of characters in this movie. I'll save that for you. But for me, this particular remake, it is a solid remake, but I am a fan of the original, and I feel like the remake has gone down a little bit for me. So I will actually put this, to me, watchable.
So here's what I'll do for this movie. I think the movie is kind of the pinnacle. No, I mean, I still like the original probably a little bit more, just because of the originality and the way it tackles some of the stuff. But I think Jessica Biel, though, I like her character in this movie, actually. And I think, yes, we say as movie audience members, oh, she's making dumb decisions. But when you actually go and watch the film and think about it, she's making decisions I think a lot of us would make. I mean, the decision she makes to stay and try to find her boyfriend is something that I think a lot of people would do. You're not just going to drive off without your boyfriend. And yeah, ultimately we know that ends up being a bad decision and everybody dies because of it. But put yourself in those shoes at that moment, without, Monday morning quarterbacking it. And I think you would say, okay, yeah, I would probably do that. If me and Birdie were out in Texas going to a concert, and he got abducted and I couldn't find Birdie anywhere, I would just say, hey, we got to find Birdie, man. We can't go anywhere without Birdie.
Fuck you. You and Chris will fucking ditch me with a fucking Coors Light and go look.
No, we'd be out there looking for you. We'd be out there looking for you in the hills of Beverly or wherever we're at.
I would have deserved it if I wasn't hanging out with you all.
We would say he's got to be around here someplace. We would try to find your ass before we got on the road. I think it's a reasonable thing. I honestly don't think it's that stupid. Again, when you're watching it and you're watching the movie and you know where it's going to go because it's called Texas Chainsaw, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, get the fuck out of here. But in real life, I think you side with her. I think most people would. So give it to me. Give me Worthy for this movie.
All right, so you're gonna go with Worthy to my watchability. So I'm gonna let the poll. We're gonna do a little poll here.
Let's let it ride.
Let's see here. We got Worthy and watchable. Go ahead and vote away. And I'll go ahead and tackle my second movie while that poll's going here. Let's go with freaking Signs, Brad. Considered possibly one of the great jump scares of all time or scariest things in horror movie history, with the introduction to the freaking alien coming out of the bushes, man. And again, Mel Gibson was great in this. Joaquin Phoenix was great in this. I love where they wear the little tinfoil hats and freaking Charlie Sheen uncovers it and eats a freaking big Hershey kiss out of it. Oh, and no, that's Scary Movie 3. I apologize. But freaking Signs, though, it is such a unique movie. Don't remember too much of it, but I remember really enjoying it on my very first watch. And just what aliens being weak to water, just like the freaking Wicked Witch of the West. I kind of just thought that was okay. So give me this movie as watchable.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go Worthy here too for this movie. I think it's one of M. Night Shyamalan's
I'll upgrade to you. I'll upgrade that.
Yeah, I think it's one of M. Night Shyamalan's best flicks. It's one that I haven't seen in a long time, but it's another one that I remember when it came out, and I was very invested in it. And I love the story of it, of not just the aliens, but of a man that's lost his faith and is trying to find it again. And I think that's a very intriguing story, and Mel Gibson does a great job. And I know we all have our opinions on old Mel there, but he does a great. He's undeniably a great actor, and he does a great job in this movie in the horror genre, and Joaquin Phoenix as well. Plus, it has another epic jump scare in this movie. So yeah, give me Signs right there.
All right, so I'll agree with that upgrade right there. Plus, again, I love that scene too, where the officer's trying to explain to Charlie Sheen about the wreck, and then Charlie Sheen's like, "You broke a reader?" Like, no, damn it, that's Scary Movie 3 again. I apologize for that. Scary Movie 3 went extremely hard on Signs. So I hate that. That's kind of why I hate the scary movies a little bit, because when I try to be serious about the original movies, I can't help but go back and make fun of it. But Zodiac's saying that M. Night's best film is Signs. I'm not sure that's necessarily, I think, his best movie. I think his best movie, I believe, is The Sixth Sense.
I think it's between this Sixth Sense and Signs. I think so. I think I would probably actually prefer Signs just because it has rewatchability.
Fair.
But I love them both. I think they're both on that pedestal of M. Night films.
Yeah. So you really can't go wrong with it. Let me check the poll. Okay. Another annihilation of the poll. So they're saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre is worthy. So worthy is just having a very busy night tonight, but for good reason. There we go. For good reason right there. And so I did Texas Chainsaw and Signs. So Brad, you are back at the Snake Pool, and we are finally officially on our last row of movies.
Okay. Okay. Let's get one of the Rob Zombie Halloween films in. Let's do. You know what? Let's rip the Band-Aid off, Brady. Let's go Rob Zombie Halloween 2. Let's have a little fun here tonight.
Let's piss some people off.
Let's have a little fun. We're gonna have some fun, man, because you and I both love this movie a lot. And I remember when it came out in 2009, watching it in theaters and just being like, oh wow, this movie is fucking awesome. Because I enjoyed the first movie that he did, but this movie, it came out and it was a whole new world of Michael Myers that I'd never experienced before. You got the hobo version, him walking through yards, eating people's trash, all that cool stuff, eating dogs, which is, I get it. I can see why that can be off-putting for some people, but for me, I loved it. It was a realistic take on the character. You explore deeply that PTSD aspect of Laurie's character, which is something that really hasn't been explored at this point in the franchise, which I thought was a really good idea. And I love Michael Myers in this movie, man, with beard walking around. We've talked about the movie a lot. You guys both, everybody knows we both love this movie. So give me Rob Zombie kicks all the ass Halloween 2 for being the most unique film in the Halloween franchise, and a alternate universe version of Michael that we didn't know that we wanted, but we all needed.
I think that one of the best horror couples in the YouTube game officially. Sam says Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is my favorite in the Halloween franchise. And Sam, I absolutely freaking agree with you. If you ever do that review on your channel, I would love to partake in that. Me and Brad both, actually, we would love to partake in that. If you haven't done that episode already. So, because that would be so much fun. And Jamie Hart, what's going on? Jamie, I didn't want to forget you, sweetheart. Hopefully all is going well with you. And congratulations on your brand new t-shirt. I've seen that in the theater over at Davey Defray's t-shirt store on his channel too. So congratulations with that agreement with him. I need to try to purchase me that shirt. So let's see here. All right, Brad, you took a lot of my notes right there. We've said it hundreds of times of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 being the freaking perfection movie, which real quickly, just to clarify for our podcast listeners for the first time, you still go with the original Halloween over Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Is that right, or has that changed?
You talking to me?
You're the only one here?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still going to go original over that, but I still love the movie. It's still in my top 3 or 4 in the franchise.
Okay, just want to make sure, because I was nervous when I was finally decided to go bold and say Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is the best in the franchise. We were kind of nervous because of our entire watchers and everything. But you know what? I think I've seen a lot of people in the chat actually really enjoying this movie, so that makes my heart happy right there. Spencer says, Bryce Spencer says, I gotta say, I didn't like the movie one bit, but I've only seen the director's cut. Bryce, that is where you kind of went wrong. You're supposed to watch the I was about to say director's cut, the theatrical cut. That's the cut that you're supposed to watch. Even though there's one scene in the director's cut, I wish they would put in the theater cut, and that is when Brad Dourif's character finds Annie. I feel like that should be in it.
And that's both of these movies, RZH1 and 2, are movies that vary pretty drastically between the director and theatrical cut. And I mean, it's almost a completely different movie, especially in H2. But I will say I watched the commentary that Rob Zombie did for the director's cut, and I get it. And I actually kind of like the director's cut a little bit more because of that. And seeing his reasoning for everything, it makes sense. I don't really have any problems with the director's cut, and I usually watch that version because well, but that's because it's I have it. I have both versions actually. But
Look at you, Brad, with a sizzling hot take.
But I don't mind Michael talking at the end of H2. I think it's, again, this is a different Michael. This isn't the Michael we all love and know. This is a different version of Michael that is totally reasonable for him to say die to Loomis. And I love the kind of darker ending of it. And I love the kind of the darker version of Laurie in this movie because I think it's a realistic kind of approach to PTSD and what it can do to you.
Yeah.
So I like it.
And I just don't understand how Scout Taylor Compton, and this is not a disrespect to her because she is absolutely one of the most sweetest people, horror celebrities I've ever met. One of the absolute sweetest people. It's just bubbly, so much positive energy. I don't understand why she's making these like D-level horror movies after that performance she did as Laurie Strode in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I feel like she should have gotten way more bigger opportunities because she is way too good for those D-level horror movies. I'm glad she's directing horror movies now, and hopefully I need to check out one of them to see if they're actually good, but I respect her enough, like, of her being a good person. But again, I could talk all day about this movie. I'm sure we'll tackle it some more in the future when we do a Halloween franchise breakdown and all that. So yeah, for me, kicks all the ass. I don't even care. Brad, is that what you put as well? I know I did a lot of talking, so.
No, I think it's a good spot for it.
All right, so we're gonna put a kicks all the ass. Hell to the yes. And Brad, you get another movie.
Okay, let's do Zombieland. Let's get that one out of the way. And it's honestly, it's like just a fun zombie movie that just takes the zombie genre that we know and puts a fun comedic twist on it and brings us some pretty fun characters around it. And it's really the only movie I like with Jesse Eisenberg. Well, not the only movie that I like, the only performance I like from him because he kind of just fits this character so well. So I think I would probably give it worthy for this movie. It's a fun time.
You said worthy?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I mean, I would go watchable too. I'm kind of in the middle of the two. So if you're
well, I'm gonna say it's worthy because it's honestly about what we call the fun zombie movies. This to me is the most fun I have with a zombie movie because mainly of one fact only. I love all the rule making in this. I love Emma Stone being in this because I absolutely love Megan Stone. Woody Harrelson playing a freaking player or playing a character of Tallahassee. All he wants to do in this zombie apocalypse is fucking find a Twinkie. I think that is fucking absolutely hilarious. And especially to see where he finds a whole bunch of snowballs and no Twinkies. He said, hey, snowballs are good. Fuck these snowballs. Where's the fucking Twinkies? Like, it's so fucking great, man. Plus, freaking Bill Murray being this too. That was so fucking hilarious. Like, any regrets, Bill Murray? Garfield movie.
Gets a little meta there for a second. Yeah.
Dude, it's just honestly, Zombieland might be the first horror movie on the Watch channel. Really, honestly, could be the case of that. Yeah, exactly, Rosie. Nobody likes snowballs. If you like snowballs, let me know in the chat. Because we might just need to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart on that. And plus, if you ever had a deep fried Twinkie before, you're welcome. So I am definitely putting this movie at absolutely it's worthy. Not enough to reach to kicks all the ass. I wish it really could, but worthy is a really good spot for it. So and Okay, and now I am back at the snake draft pick here. And Brad, we're going to continue on the Rob Zombie train there. I'm going to go with the original Rob Zombie Halloween. And I am going to put this honestly at worthy. And here's why, okay? Because I know the second half of the movie you really don't like. I totally get that. I liked it enough just because it did a couple of things different while also staying true to the original. But what really earns the title worthy to Rob Zombie's Halloween is that first 40 minutes, first half of the movie, where they had to be so unique and different about like the upbringing of what really set Kid Michael off to do all the horrible things that he did. All of it was freaking great. And Michael and young Michael killing Jenny from Forrest Gump, child Jenny, that is. Like it's freaking crazy. Like that, we actually that bitch Jenny got what she deserved in Forrest Gump. She didn't die because of a disease. She died because of child Michael stabbing her ass 16 times. So and plus freaking we got Ronnie there going with all of his amazing freaking quotes. It's like if I'm not making a mental note of all your bullshit, like it's just that whole first half. It's just so fun, entertaining, and more importantly, and not a point of the Halloween franchise, it's so different. And I appreciate Rob Zombie just deciding just to go balls to the wall, just risking it all and making us such a unique time in the Halloween franchise with Halloween's 1 and 2 for Rob Zombie. So I will give him worthy.
I'll go worthy too. I don't love the second half of the movie in particular, but it's still one that I like to watch a lot. I just think it gives you a different vibe for it. Everything you said, really, you said everything perfectly. So I think I'll probably just agree with what you said and give it worthy.
Alrighty, I appreciate that, good sir. And let's continue with the remake craze here, and I'm going to go with Dawn of the Dead. This one, Dawn of the Dead, is my second favorite zombie movie of all time because I think again it does exactly what I was talking about with The Hills Have Eyes. Your goal as a remake is to follow the blueprint of the original, be your own movie. And if you really want to be the best horror remake of all time, because I believe this is the second best horror movie remake of all time, it has to be better than the original. And I absolutely stand by it. It is way better. This one is better than the original. It is one of the top horror movie remakes of all time. Zack Snyder, which I know he's got his freaking fan base destroying a Superman movie currently right now. They can tell you that Dawn of the Dead is a badass zombie movie. And I love the mall setting. I love the cast that they put in this movie. They put freaking Phil Dunphy as an asshole in this movie, which was so crazy. I always forget about it, but it's so much fun. So give me kicks all the ass for Dawn of the Dead. And Brad, Brad, before you go, I saw go into it. I saw two people in the chat. I want to say my hellos before I forget and be an asshole. And the first one is being Chase from Moser Movie Reviews. What's going on there, Chase? And I believe he said love it for Zombieland. I think that's around the time he hopped in to give his opinion on Zombieland. So what's going on there, Chase? And we got Herbert that just joined us in the chat. What's going on there, Herbert? So Brad, where do you go with placement?
I'll go worthy for it. I think it's one of those movies that just, again, it's kind of like got us into that zombie resurgence, kind of like 20 Days Later, but it was a little it's just not as good for me. The plot's not as good, the characters aren't as good. So I'm gonna go worthy for it.
All right, kicks all the ass.
It kind of inspired like Dead Rising, though, the video game. Being stuck in the mall with zombies and stuff. I think they could have had a little bit more fun with it, though, personally.
Oh, dude, that's a great comparison, dude. Good shit right there. I did put a poll vote because I need to challenge you on that kick-ass one. Yeah, that was it for both of my picks. So if you want to make a pick, and I will double check on the poll. So go ahead with your next pick or next two picks.
Okay, let's do Friday the 13th, the remake.
Ooh, good choice.
People aren't going to like this, but if they know me at this point, they know that I'm not the biggest fan of the movie. I like it. I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's not very high in my Friday the 13th ranking. I think Jason himself, Derek Mears, badass. The look of Jason, not my favorite. I think the mask is a little wonky. I mean, I guess the face and stuff is fine, and the head and the all that stuff. The characters kind of suck. The first, we always talk about this. The first 30 minutes or so is fantastic, peak Jason stuff. The top notch stuff. But after that point, I lose interest, man. I love Trent as a character. Most people don't, but I think he's just one of the most entertaining characters in this franchise that we've had. So I love Trent, but I think the movie just lacks heart, and I think it lacks the vibe we get from the rest of the franchise, and kind of that just kind of gritty, low budget kind of feel that we get in most of these movies. I think this movie is just a little bit too polished, a little too clean for a Jason movie. It doesn't have an interesting score at all. Actually, I think it's quite dreadful. And very generic, I think is a better word for it. So I don't love it. I think Jason is a win, but the rest of the movie is kind of So I want to go watchable for this movie.
Brad, I'm sadly going to have to agree with you because I honestly, up until now, did not even possibly think about the score not being very strong about this movie. I never really pay attention to the score. I pay attention to some other things. But you're absolutely right about the score. It's just meh at best.
Yeah, it's weak compared to. Remember the violins and stuff? Yeah, it had the goofy music from 3 and the fun we had then, and all the Psycho-esque music we had in the first 4 movies. Really, even 6 had a great score, and 7 kind of followed that. And but no, this movie's just generic 2000s horror movie music, and we can do better than that in Friday the 13th, I think.
Yeah, and you've pretty much nailed mostly what I wanted to talk about as well. So I'll just go ahead and quickly just agree with you. It is watchable. And let me check on the poll real quick because I think we are done with that poll. Yeah, it's dominant, Brad. So you can't deny the fact that Dawn of the Dead remake, to the chat, 12 votes, 67% says it kicks all the ass.
Okay, nice.
So victory for the Brett Man on kicks all the ass. So there we go. So second movie of yours.
Wreck.
Ooh, I think you're the one that introduced me to Wreck.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. I've only seen it once. It's one of those, I think, if you're watching again at night, I found footage just has that effect on you. If you're watching at night, it really creeps you out. And this movie is no different. I think it's probably one of the better found footage movies out there. I like it more than Paranormal Activity. But it's also just kind of like there's no plot to it. There's nothing really to it other than some creepy scenes.
Well, the plot is just surviving for your freaking life.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're right. It is. I mean, that is the plot. But outside of that,
it's kind of a weak plot. I agree with you.
Yeah. It is. Which I found footage. That's kind of what you get with these movies. I think it's not that rewatchable for me. So I'm going to go watchable for it.
Watchable.
It's not rewatchable, but I'm gonna give it watchable. But yeah, it's still very effective and creepy though, so I think it's well deserved.
No, I agree. I'm going to say watchable as well because I'm kind of like you. I've only really seen it once, and I remember it did scare the fuck out of me, especially the hallway scene. But other than that, I kind of forget the rest of the movie. And kind of a weak plot is like, hey, survive. I was like, come on, there's got to be more to it than that. But so just to keep that one pretty short too, because I agree with mostly you said, is that this movie is just watchable for me. But I definitely would love to revisit this one.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of those that you might throw on in October or something when you're trying to find a creepy movie to watch.
Right, or have it be your kind of like your representative of found footage flick, because some people like to tackle a lot of the particular subgenres of horror in October, and it's a good representative in the found footage department.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. It's definitely one of the better found footage movies.
So, All right, go ahead and pick with another one here, Brad.
Let's see. Let's go with the American Psycho.
The TikTok trend that's going on right now.
Is there a trend for American Psycho? What is
Have
it?
you not seen that trend? It's
I
the
haven't,
one
I
where
haven't.
like just for example, there was a trend that's like the boys comparing each other's girl crushes. It's that thing where they're showing off the business cards, like nice, that's a nice business card. And then
Oh
they
man.
go with the one that's like kind of like the has the weak business card and all that. And then it was in the TikTok video, it was well, we had like Arna de Armas, we had Emma Stone and all that. And then at the very end, the guy reveals that his crush was Henry Cavill, and Christian Bale goes like, "Oh my god!" It drops the phone and all that. It's dude, I'm gonna find that and send it to you later. But it's so fucking hilarious.
We got that Paul Newman card. Not Paul Newman. I'm sure he's got an epic card too. Paul Allen.
I have a pretty nice business card myself, dude. You need to give me your business card.
Hey man, I got him, man. I got him, that's for sure. But yeah, the let's see, American Psycho though. I've only seen this movie one time. I watched it for the first time just maybe a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, something like that. So I think it's one that could actually go up for me the more I watch it, because it seems like one of those movies where you kind of pick up on as more on it as you watch it. You know where it's going, kind of how things go. I love the idea of it. It's kind of like this mixed reality where you're kind of following the narrator that is Christian Bale, but you're also seeing a little bit of reality too. And it's like it's really a beautiful thing. Christian Bale's performance is magical. I'm going to go just for me personally at this time. I'm going to stick it in worthy. But again, it has potential to go higher than that.
No, I agree with the worthy as well, Brad, because it is a very entertaining movie, and I think I've only seen the movie twice for myself. Seen it twice, and I remember each time having a really good time with it, especially with this weird, quirky little dance he's doing this right here. And then, of course, you got, hey, Paul! Killing Jared Leto. The only reason he killed Jared Leto is because Christian Bale's like, you're going to fucking be the follow-up to Heath Ledger's Joker. How dare you, you son of a bitch. So that's why, there we go, spoiler, that's why Christian Bale killed Jared Leto in American Psycho, is because Jared Leto played the Joker after Heath Ledger absolutely destroyed, or just best of the best when it comes to Joker. But back to American Psycho, like, this has a really good score in this movie. It has a lot of just good quotable. It's very quotable. Has some really good moments in this movie as well. He has to return some VHS tapes. So I'll let American Psycho get back to returning those tapes, like exactly what Rosie just said. I just saw that comment there. So I'd say American Psycho, absolutely worthy. And it came out the year 2000. That was the movie that kicked off the year 2000.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely a good place for it to be.
All righty. So I'm going to go with 2 now, I believe. Yeah, because you did Wreck and American Psycho. So the one I will go with here, just kick it off here, I'm going to go with Trick or Treat. Brad, I don't think I've heard you say that or not talk a lot about Trick or Treat. Have you seen this movie?
I've seen it, but it's been a long time. I remember some of the little
Anthology
anthology.
stories.
Yeah, I remember some of the stories a good bit. But yeah, it's one I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, dude, I would say like this movie and the movie Haunt from the year of 2019 are like top tier Halloween season movies. You always see somebody play Trick or Treat and Haunt in the month of October, like always. And of course, Halloween 1978. Like, I'm not going to be a delusional person and say that's not the case. Totally the case. But man, yeah. Veronica said it best. Love Trick or Treat. Sam rocks. Yeah, I love that little bastard on that poster right there. Sam, definitely one of the most iconic horror characters in the history of horror movies. Definitely you see good old Sam at every single Spirit of Halloween store imaginable, and I'm sure I'll see him again this August when it opens up at my mall. So, but yeah, haven't seen this movie in a while. I'm definitely adding this one to like my part of my watch schedule for October with the sub channel. That's Trick or Treat. It's awesome. I remember enjoying the hell out of it on first watch, but I don't remember it just enough. So give it to me for worthy.
I like it. I like it.
Where do you two put it?
I think Worthy's good for me as well. I would go watchable for it. It's one of those movies that I watched a long time ago, and I was like, oh, it's pretty interesting, and I liked it, but I never really had a desire to rewatch it. I know I need to because it's been probably 10 years at least since I've seen the movie. But it's not one that's super drawing me in. So I'm going to go watchable for that regard. I think it is a fun Halloween movie to watch. But again, I just don't have the experience with it to put it up that high. So I'm going to go watchable. And if the people want to decide where it goes at the end of the day, I'm good with that.
Well, that is what I'm going to be doing, is letting them vote on that. And while they vote on that, I'm going to go with movie number 2. And I consider this movie, Brad, I know you're probably going to say Joyride is the best PG-13 horror movie. But I'm going to actually go with The Others being the greatest PG-13 horror movie, I would say possibly of all time, honestly, because the twist at the end of The Others is absolutely phenomenal. Upon Nicole Kidman, this is one of her best acted roles that she's ever done in the movie ever, in my opinion. And I know that might potentially be a hot take, but I just was so blown away with this movie, with everything that it did. But I will say it doesn't kick all the ass, and the full reason for that is because it's one of those movies, once you know the big twist, rewatchability really goes down with it. So I say this movie is absolutely deserving of worthy.
Yeah, I think you're right with that. I think the twist at the end is fantastic, and it's like a period piece too. It's got like the setting, the vibe, and this big creepy house and stuff. So yeah, I think I think the twist is great. The characters are good. It's a win for me. I love a good twist at the end of the movie, and this is one I actually haven't seen in a long time. So it's not one that I rewatch all that often, but it's one of those that's just super atmospheric. It's creepy, and pays off at the end. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
Alrighty, so we are going to put The Others there at worthy. Let me check the poll real quick. Let's see here, 11 votes, 64%. I'd say that's good enough. Where Trick or Treat is going to be worthy.
Yeah, I figured that may be the case. I'm happy with the decision overall.
Hell yeah. So let's see here. I did Trick or Treat and Others. So Brad, you get 2 of the last 3 right here. And I have a great assumption of what those 2 are going to be. So do you want me to go ahead and just do my last one out of the way? Because I feel like your 2 movies are the best to end it.
Go ahead,
I'm going to take The Ring with my last pick. And this movie is, talk about like a movie that defines a decade. From 2000 to 2009, this movie is on the top tier of that list of everything it did. With the Scary Movie 3 pretty much is fully revolved around The Ring. Just the whole concept of Samara coming out of the well and killing you if you watch a deadly videotape and die in 7 days. This movie is absolutely scary. Naomi Watts is freaking brilliant in this, and I'm trying to remember the guy adult of what popular horror movie he was in. I want to say he's the kind of the dad in The Strangers Prey at Night, but that's my gut reaction. But I'll look when you're talking about it, Brad, just to double check on that fact. But yeah, for me, The Ring, it kicks all the ass. It's too iconic for it not to be there.
Yeah, I think I would go there as well. God, I keep doing this. I'm gonna go, actually, for me personally, I'm gonna go worthy on it. I like the movie a lot. I think it's iconic, and it's scary. to an extent, but again, it's just not one of my favorite movies of all time or anything like that. So I'm going to go worthy for it. I remember, the opening for this movie was epic as hell, though. And I remember horses getting chopped up by propellers, and I remember scenes from that little video, that VHS that popped. The idea was really cool and creative. The VHS tape, you got 7 Days to Live and all that, and that tension that it builds because you know that the character that you're watching only has 7 days left to figure this out. So it gives it tension, it gives it a sense of dread, it also gives it a sense of urgency. So I like that idea a lot. But for me personally, it's not one of my favorites of the time period. So I'm going to go with worthy.
Hell yeah. And I already put a poll in the chat while you were saying that. And Brad, the actor's name is Martin Henderson. He was the dude that died at the end of it. When
with the crawling out.
Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the famous guy, and he was the dad in The Strangers Pray at Night. And then Ashton said in the chat, he was also the freaking director in the movie X. It's like, come on, feel how hard this cock is. Like, same guy.
In the movie, not the director of the movie, but the director.
No,
I was like, that's not Ty West.
I'm pretty sure a director in real life is not going to go feel my cock. I'm pretty sure that is an HR problem.
Well, I'm pretty sure a few directors did that, but
yeah, one in particular. Yeah, kind of a funny joke, but fuck you, Victor Salva. But yeah, The Ring, I also agree. It could possibly be a good first time watch, but it'd be a fun movie to revisit in the future. So Brad, I think that they're being pretty fast at. Ooh, I'm actually going to let that poll. We're having a little battle right there. So Brad, pick up one of your last two movies.
Well, I think most people know where both these movies are going to go for me. Devil's Rejects, we'll start with that. I think it's going to go to the top for me. Kicks all the ass. It's everything I loved about House of a Thousand Corpses times 11. The characters are better in this movie. The story is better in this movie. You got these kind of outlaws on the run from the law, and we love the law too with William Forsythe because he's got this vengeance because his brother was killed in the first movie, and he's out there trying to slay these fools and find them and stuff. And these characters are so despicable and nasty and gross, and you hate them, but you also love them. They're so entertaining, and you can't help not to. It's like a car crash. You can't help not to look and see what these guys are doing because they're so. You just believe this family is linked together. So I love it. It's got some good gore in it too. Where that chick gets ran over by that semi truck, her guts are spilled out all over the road. People's faces,
practical effects, and their full effect.
So great. People's faces are getting chopped off, and I think this is the peak Rob Zombie movie. People always say he's worthy of creating a great movie. This is that great movie. I think this is perfect for me. I think it's such a fun outlaw kind of movie that's scary too, and these characters are clicking on all cylinders together, and even Tiny comes back and twists some necks at the end, and I love that as well. And people are getting shit stapled on. There's just so many things about this movie that I absolutely love. So yeah, it kicks all the ass for me all day, all long. One of my favorite movies of this time period. One of my favorite movies, really, in general. I love it, man.
Melissa, I absolutely believe in my heart of hearts that you are fucking funny.
Don't you think I'm fucking funny?
And yeah,
ride it. Come on, ride it.
Tutti fucking fruity. Like, so quotable, dude. And of course, one of the greatest horror movie quotes of all times in that quote movie, or is in this movie. Brad, do you want to take a crack at what the greatest quote of all time is?
Tutti fucking fruity. I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's work.
Exactly, dude. And the way that he delivered that line gave me fucking chills. And I couldn't still help but like the dude. Like, you're not supposed to like him. But you nailed most of everything I wanted to say about it. The only two things I wanted to add into it on top of it, Jamie got the first one. Free bird at the end of it.
Oh, perfect, man.
Free bird, yeah. And
it plays the flashbacks and they get blasted. I love it, dude.
It's so fucking perfect. Plus, they do exactly what you would think that family would do. Go down swinging.
And you know what? They do go down swinging. And this is the one movie that he did where every bit of his kind of crazy-ass dialogue fits the characters.
Exactly.
It's perfect, man. I love it.
The only time that Rob Zombie was allowed to get away with this particular writing, it was this one because it
And
fit the characters.
It starts off with a banger too, with all the cops rolling up to their house. You're like, oh, hell, after watching House of a Thousand, oh, these guys are finally going to get what's coming to them, and they have this epic shootout, and they, it's fucking awesome. It's got a good vibe to it, man.
So for the podcast,
you the vacuum.
So for the people in the chat and the people listening on podcasts, I'm going to tell you right now, if you do not by midnight tonight, if you don't give me a good fucking reason why the Devil's Reject should be at the Kick-Ass level, if you don't give me one good fucking reason for it, I'm going to fucking kill you and your whole fucking family. Like, which I'm not going to do that, by the way, but like, that's the quote for the movie. He goes, if you don't give me a good reason why you do not like cows, I'm going to come back and kill you and your whole oh my God, dude, the movie is so fucking quotable. And plus, freaking Captain Spaulding punching PJ Souls right in the fucking face is fucking brutal and brilliant all at the same time. But yeah, Devil's Reject, just to make it short, kicks all the ass. Absolutely agree.
Yeah, it's there for sure. And Saul too. I'm going to just nip this in the butt.
Spoiler for me too. I'll put Saul there as well.
Yeah, it's going to go there as well. James Wan and Lee Winnell's first movie. They did it together. Super low budget. It has that feel about it, but it's just such a fucking interesting mystery, man. These guys, you open the movie with these dudes locked up in the bathroom together. You have no idea why, no idea who these people are, and it slowly unfolds over time. You get clues to why they're there, clues to how they can get out. You get clues to who put them there throughout the movie. It's honestly a perfect horror movie as well. And yeah, the ending of this movie is one of the most epic things you've ever seen. I used to watch this movie so much, and I used to introduce this movie to so many people,
me included,
you included, and a lot of other people who hadn't seen it, just because the ending was so good, and I loved watching the reaction to it. It's one of the best endings in horror, if not the best. It's so epic when these guys are stuck in that bathroom the whole movie. We're getting clues to why and how, but we don't know exactly who. At the end of the movie, the dead dude in the middle of the bathroom gets up and walks out, says game over, and walks out of there. It's epic as hell. The creativity is there. The story is there. The acting is a little bit wonky at times, but we can get around it, and we love it because it's kind of got it gives us it gives it that charm. It gives it that charm at this point, man. It's just and it's the setting in that bathroom. The bathroom is just perfectly designed, man. It's nasty. It's white though, so it kind of gives you a little purity, but it's all covered in dirt and nasty grime. And
don't talk about Taco Bell bathrooms like that.
Yeah, I should have checked in there first. It's a perfectly produced and executed horror movie. I love the movie The Hell, and really the franchise in general, but this is what set it all off, and rightfully so. A great movie. Kicks all the ass for Saul.
Dude, and it just created a whole separate subgenre of what I hate the term torture porn, because I don't like that same as much, but it kind of is what it is though. It spawned a whole movie. Like without Saul, Hostel wouldn't have been born. Like that's like how much of an effect that this franchise has done. And this is Brett, is it still true that Saw franchise is still the most money-making franchise in horror movie history?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like between that and Final Destination and The Conjuring. Oh no, it's between Saw and The Conjuring. That always battles back and forth.
Yeah, it's certainly up there, but really this movie wasn't as much torture porn. You know, people give that franchise in general
horror.
Yeah, it is. It's a thriller. I mean, there is some gore in it. With the foot being cut off and stuff, and a couple of the other scenes, but it's really not that extreme compared to a lot of movies we saw after this. The franchise in general gets that way, sure, but this movie it's a perfect little thriller and horror movie.
You first. Bullshit. But no, the last thing I'll say about Saw, because again, Brad just absolutely nailed it. It's the fact that there's a little one of the great talk about a future real very big battle in the Real Horror Awards best of all time in the future for a particular category for best theme song in horror movie history. You gotta go with Hello Seb.
Oh yeah, 100%. The music is top notch too.
Top notch, especially Hello Seb, because like when I heard that for the first time when I watched Spiral, dude, I had the chill bumps, goosebumps, baby, God. So it's just so fucking good. Saw best twist of all time. Give it to me at Kicks All the Ass. I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great place for it to be.
All right, let's see about where The Ring finished with us here. The Ring. 11 votes with The Ring. 64% say that The Ring kicks all the ass. And I will agree with that because of the fact that that's like the pinnacle 2000s horror movie.
Yeah, it is, man. I can't disagree with it.
So I'm going to just shrink this real quick. If I can get all the movies up here. There we go. So, yeah, that is our freaking tier list. I'm going to, just to go over it real quickly here. Let's see here. We got Dog Shit from Horse's Ass, The Worst of the Worst, Seed of Chucky, A Turn for the Worst. It's going to be Halloween Resurrection. Watchable horror movies of the 2000s are Paranormal Activity, The Mist, Shaun of the Dead, Freddy vs. Jason, Final Destination, Friday the 13th Remake, 2009, and Wreck. Worthy horror movies from the 2000s are Jennifer's Body, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Strangers, 28 Days Later, Scary Movie, Signs, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Zombieland, Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007, American Psycho, The Others, and Trick or Treat, and kicks all the ass. The top of the top movies, so the horror movies of 2000s, are The Descent, Jeepers Creepers, Joyride, The Hills Have Eyes, Halloween 2, Dawn of the Dead remake, The Devil's Rejects, Saw, and The Ring.
I like the list, Bertie.
Dude, I love this list too. Very solid list. But so I gotta ask for the podcast listeners and the people in the chat, or people watching it or listening to it or watching it after the fact on YouTube. What did you think about our 2000s horror movies here on about our tier list? Do you agree with our tier list? Is there something you totally disagree with or totally agree with? Let us know all of that on the YouTube side of things in that comment section down below, along with liking, sharing, and subscribing. And of course, if you're listening on the podcast side of things, on whether that be on Podbean, Spotify, or Apple Pod, you can leave us a 5-star review. And I'm glad Chris ain't here this week to kind of try to tell y'all to give it a 1-star, because I think that's bullshit. I think we're at least a 5-star. Leave us a 5-star review and a comment about your favorite 2000 horror movies. We would love to hear it. We listen and read everything.
Yeah, absolutely we do. And we appreciate your support.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally forgot to upload the Patreon and YouTube membership card, so I am so sorry about that. I would do better for the next one around because there were some minor adjustments. But of course, I would love to thank our lovely patrons and YouTube members. They are the official backbone of this channel. None of this is possible without you for your love and support. And if you want to be a YouTube member or a Patreon member, the Patreon link and the YouTube membership links are in the description down below. Click the link, select any tiers to your heart's desire so you all can be real hunters today.
Right you are, Ted.
And Brad, just in case, what can they do if they don't want to do either of that bullshit, or something they can do absolutely for free?
You know what? You could just like the video, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It helps out a lot, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Brad, anything you want to address before we officially head out? And I have to go ahead and pretty much read a encyclopedia, a Wikipedia. I'm trying to remember the damn main book with all the words in it, a dictionary, and to prepare myself, not to embarrass myself next week. Any final words on that stream for next week?
Just join in. It'll be a fun time, and we it's good to spend a Thursday night with everybody here, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes, and and this is probably the most unique and different thing we've ever done in Good Rule Hunting history. I normally don't volunteer myself to embarrass the hell out of myself. Well, Brad forced me one time for watching Jeepers Creepers 4. You fucking bastard. You still owe me a movie. You still owe me a movie, by the way, since I beat you on one particular stream. But yeah,
I know.
next week at 8:00 Eastern time on the YouTube channel, we'll go live where I pretty much am going to be embarrassing the hell out of myself by pronouncing hard words. Will I get the hard words right, or will I just make an absolute fool of myself? Join us next week. We are going to close out for tonight. That's it for 2000s horror movies. We will definitely be doing a part 2 later on in the future. We're out of here. Good night, podcast listeners. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. And for our YouTube chat, thank you so much. And we will see you all for next week. Peace out, everybody.